Ramazanov, father of Russian figure skater Kamila Valieva, responded to his daughter's return to the sport after her disqualification. Valieva competed at the Russian Jumping Championships. Three-time Olympic champion Irina Rodnina stated that the competition was artificially created. "I want to say that I respect Irina Rodnina very much, but I don't really respect her statements. Trusova is back too. She should be happy for them. They're already heroes." Are you referring to the comment that these competitions aren't interesting to watch? Of course, we're talking about a completely different perception now. I was at Sirius when Kamila was competing in the show Ruslan and Lyudmila. People with their children came up to me and said, "Is it you? Our kids always go to see her, Kamila." The lines were huge. Now the Tatarstan Minister of Sports has supported her, and so have others. Everyone supports her return. That's the right thing to do. We need to support her, but not criticize her. Rodnina grew up in the Soviet Union. Then she lived in America. So stay in America. You're in the Duma now. On the contrary, we should support the patriotism of the children who come to support her, Kamila. Don't say such things. There are different situations, families, and everything else. But I'm also a Marine colonel. I held the 810th Brigade and I care. Don't discount her. On the contrary, support her a little. Our government did the right thing by awarding Rodnina. She has 2 medals, and I have 3. But she deserved these medals. The president doesn't hand out medals just like that. They are for merit, for good deeds, for her work. But don't criticize her. The main thing is that Kamila returned to sport and overcame herself. That's her greatness. She defeated Europe and all the courts. Look how she and Trusova started jumping. They're all great, but for some reason some of them have run away. We don't see Shcherbakova and Kastornaya, who have gone in a different direction. My whole family is calling and congratulating me. They're all happy that Kamila is back on the ice. This is the most important victory in front of all the Western organizations, WADA, and everyone else. She wasn't afraid. Figure skating in Russia needs to be restored. And people like Kamila will follow. Ramazanov said. Olympic champion Natalia Bestimayanova praised Kamila Valieva's performance at the Russian Jumping Championships. The whole country is happy that she's back in jumping. She's restored her quadruple toe loop. She's beautiful, accomplished. I'm very happy for her. It doesn't matter what place she took today. The main thing is that she's out there and jumping. Bestimayanova said, "The Russian Ice Jumping Championships are the return of Kamila Valieva, something thousands of fans had been waiting for." Despite a long break, the celebrated Russian figure skater hadn't lost the grace for which she was loved worldwide. The fans' excitement knew no bounds. The Russian Ice Jumping Championships saw 2 important returns. Kamila Valieva's after a doping ban and Alexandra Trusova's after the birth of her son. Valieva last skated in December 2023 at the Russian Championships, though her results were annulled. Trusova attended the 2024 test skates and competed in November 2022. Now both are back in action. Kamila was the first to appear before the spectators at her now favorite Navka Arena. The fans cheered her loudest throughout the entire tournament. Valieva is in excellent form. She already has a consistent quadruple toe loop. She landed it in both the individual competition and the duet competition. And although Valieva was extremely focused, she quickly embraced the relaxed atmosphere of the tournament, joking with Svetlana Sokolovskaya, hugging Mark Kondratyuk, and greeting the spectators. Here are her first emotions upon returning. "I want to say a huge thank you to all the fans, the spectators, everyone who believed in me, rooted for me." And finally. "I'm here. Thank you so much for your support. It feels amazing. I think this is the best thing that's happened to me in all this time. I love the sport and I'm very happy to be here." The duet with Kondratyuk was fun, but not very productive. Kamila and Mark finished 6th, last place. Although Valieva didn't fall once on her quad, Kondratyuk made a mistake. It's not his favorite element. But they weren't afraid to take risks and had a blast. At the end, the audience got a surprise. Valieva's final appearance on the ice ended with a mass tossing of stuffed turtles. Mark and Kamila were surprised. This was the only such performance of the evening. The skaters had to clean up the toys themselves. The organizers weren't prepared. Valieva's appearance on the list of participants at the Moscow tournament generated unprecedented interest not only in Russia but around the world. Fans of the skater on the other side of the world woke up at the crack of dawn to watch Kamila's return. The celebrated skater, who served a 4-year disqualification, demonstrated that she has retained her signature skating style over the years. She even delighted the fans with a quadruple toe loop. With her fourth-place finish, Kamila even advanced to the semifinals of the individual competition, beating out many other girls who hadn't had such a long layoff. This result pleased the skater. After the performance, she could hardly contain her emotions. "I want to say a huge thank you to all the fans and spectators, everyone who cheered for me. Hooray, I'm finally here. Thank you for the support. It feels amazing. I think this is the best thing that's happened in my life so far. I love this sport very much and I'm happy to be here." Match TV reports Valieva as saying. Her confident return to the sport has generated positive emotions not only among Russian figure skating fans, but also among Kamila's many remaining international fans. On social media, they're admiring Valieva's jumps, even breaking into tears. Finally, a magnificent return of the Queen. It's time to celebrate the return of Russia's best figure skater. Good luck. Honestly, I thought it would take her longer to land the quadruple jump. How wrong I was. Kamila Valieva is an outstanding skater. It's inspiring. It's been 4 years. She's back after a break and can already land a quadruple toe loop. It brings me back to those joyful emotions I felt back then. It's impossible to hold back the tears. Kamila performed well on the first day of competition. She started with a quadruple toe loop, which she had already demonstrated in practice, then executed a triple Lutz triple Salchow combination, as well as 2 single triple jumps, a Lutz and a flip. This combination allowed her to advance to the semifinals. However, in the semifinals, her performance was more shaky. Kamila failed to land a clean fourth toe loop. She attempted a second attempt, which ended in a fall. She then executed a triple Lutz triple toe loop combination. Literally in the final seconds, Valieva attempted a double flip Euler triple Salchow combination. As a result, she managed to score 53.33 points. This was clearly not enough to place her in the top 3 and advance to the final. Kamila never lost hope all these years and continued training to show her best skating. And she was supported by the faith of her family, friends, colleagues, and fans. Valieva decided to repay her audience in kind and announced that she was launching several exciting and meaningful initiatives for her beloved fans. "I want to invite you to join me on this journey, as your love and support have become my most powerful source of motivation. Therefore, with immense gratitude and love, I am launching a special project with a charity. We will hold live meetings in various cities where I will be able to chat with you and conduct master classes for everyone. We will prepare many exclusive photos and videos about my training, which you will see from the sidelines, and we will hold contests and promotions," the star wrote on social media. Finally, the women's semifinal round was held at the 2026 Russian Diving Championships in Moscow. According to the rules, the 3 single skaters with the highest scores qualified for the final. These are Alyssa Vogozova, Daria Sikova and Dina Kusnutdinova, all representatives of the staff of the honored coach of Russia Terry Tutberidze.